Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today's problem is walls coloring. It's a very common problem. A similar problem appeared few days back in the POTD section. You can check out the link of that problem in the description. Now let's understand. There's a row of n walls in the Geeks land. The king of Geeks land ordered Alexa to color all the walls on the occasion of the new year. Alexa can color each wall with either pink, black or yellow. The cost associated with the coloring each wall with a particular color is represented by a 2D array colors of size n by 3, where color I0, color I1 and color I2 is cost of painting ith wall with the colors pink, black and yellow respectively. So what we are given? We have given the cost of coloring each wall. Suppose we have W1, wall 2, wall 3, wall 4, wall 5. Now in the array colors, we are given three numbers which represent three. We given 14 to 11. It's the cost of coloring this particular wall with pink, yellow and blue colors. Pink, black or yellow colors. And similarly for this 11, 14, 5 and so on. Suppose the problem is given like this. Now the cost of coloring this wall is these many. If we want to color this wall in yellow, we'll have to pay like 11. If we want to color this wall in black, we have to pay 2 units. And if we want to color this wall pink, we'll have to pay 14 units. Now, we have to find out the minimum cost of coloring all the walls. Minimum cost of coloring all the walls. And number of walls are given and cost of coloring all the walls. So what we have to do, the approach should be first we could find all possible solution and choose the best among them. Suppose we have to find out the cost of coloring all the walls in all the colors. Suppose if you calculate the cost of coloring W1, W2, W3 in black, then one in black and all other in pink, and all possible combinations we have to calculate and then find out the best possible solution. That's a brute force solution. The complexity of it will be very high. So we have a trick solution, a simple dynamic problem and a simple trick solution. What we have to do, let's try to understand. Now, let's see it here. We have pink, then we have black and then yellow. Now, minimum cost of coloring this wall with pink would be 14, with black would be 2 and with yellow would be 11. Now, in this case, if you want to color this wall pink, then one condition is there. So no two adjacent walls have the same color. This is the condition given that we know two walls could have same color. So if this wall have to be pink, then this wall could be either black or yellow. We have to calculate the minimum cost, so we'll choose the minimum one. So we'll to paint this wall as pink, we have to paint this wall as black. So cost of this would be 40 plus 2, that is 13. Now for this, in this case, we have to paint this wall with black. We have to paint the first wall with either yellow or pink. For that, we'll choose the minimum one, 11, and the cost would be 25. Now to paint this wall W2 in yellow color, we have to paint the first wall either pink or black, and we'll have to choose the minimum one, so we'll choose 2, and the minimum cost to paint wall 2 would be 7 with yellow. And similarly we'll move on. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to tell you. Suppose the cost of painting this is 3 and 10. Now to paint this wall as 14, we'll have to choose the minimum. We'll take an array where we store the minimum value of each wall. So minimum value of this wall was 7. To paint this wall in pink, we can paint the previous wall as yellow. So 7 plus 14. Or to paint this wall as 3, 3 would be the minimum. Earlier was 7 plus 3, that would be 10. So minimum cost of painting all three walls with different color, that so that no two adjacent colors are repeating, would be 10. Yeah, you can see the answer. Color wall of the black was 2, 1 was yellow and 2 was 3. So that was the solution. Now try to first, if you understood the problem or if you understood the solution, go try yourself and then come back to watch the solution. Or you can watch the solution for few lines. You can watch few lines. Then when you think you understood it, you should go and try it yourself. At every line you can pause and go try it yourself. Now what we will do is we will take three arrays and retypant. We'll take one as pink, the other as black, and one as yellow. And size of this would be, let's take n. Now we have taken the array. We also need to assign the first element. So since we know the minimum cost of printing the first element would be same as the cost of printing first one. So colors 0, 0, 0 represents the, you can see it here, I comma 0. So we are talking about the first term. So 0 comma 0 would represent the pink, 0 comma 1 would represent black, and 0 comma 2 would represent yellow. So P, now this time black, this time we would update black. So black would be colors 0 comma 1, and then we would update yellow, would be colors 0 comma 2. Now now we need to calculate the minimum cost of painting each wall with three different colors. So for that we'll start a loop. We start a loop from I equals to 1, as we have addressed the, because we have addressed I is equals to 1, because we have already taken care of the first term. We'll start. So now we'll start a loop. Now we'll start a loop from int I equals to 1, because we have already taken care of the first term, till I is less than n, I plus plus. Now we have to calculate the minimum cost for each term. I'll calculate for the first. Now for each term we need to calculate the minimum cost and add the current cost. So what would be the current cost for the pink? Here you see color 0 comma 0. So from here we'll represent with I. So it would be colors, no, yeah, I comma 0. This the current cost of painting the current wall with pink, and the minimum cost of painting the previous walls. So that would be, since this is pink, so we'll use the function maths.min, and we would choose the minimum cost of either black or yellow. So it would be either B I minus 1 or yellow I minus 1. This, we are simply choosing the previous the cost of coloring the previous walls by either black or yellow, and we'll choose pick the minimum term and add in the current cost and store it at PI location. We'll do the same thing for the other colors. For example, for black, we'll choose the color current cost of the cost of painting the current wall is black. This would be 1 plus the minimum cost of painting the previous wall with any other color than black. Though no two adjacent wall could have the same color. So previous walls need to have the different color. For that, coloring the previous wall with pink would be I minus 1, and coloring the previous wall with black would be I minus 1. And we'll do the same thing with yellow. I'll explain again. The cost of coloring this current wall, ith wall with yellow would be the cost of coloring the current wall as yellow. That's I, comma 2 plus the minimum cost of coloring the previous walls with either black or pink. With either pink, I minus 1 or black I minus 1. So now we have calculated the cost of coloring all the walls with the three different colors, and now what is left is for us to calculate the minimum among them. So what we will do is we'll simply return math.min. Since this method takes only two parameters, so we have to contest the two among them, and then the winner will find the left one. For example, let me explain. We'll use this method again on the first pink and black. Then we will simply one winner among them will come and he will compete with the yellow, and finally the minimum cost will be returned. So the minimum cost would be n minus 1, n minus 1, n minus 1. Okay, we have done an error line number 40. Okay, so this should be 0. Dun, dun, dun. So what I suggest, you should try this problem yourself, then you should visit the previous problem, that is distinct coloring. You should try that also yourself. There's some term would be different, but the logic behind the problem is same. You should try both the problem. This is a very common problem, appears in many interviews. So you should get comfortable with this one. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Do consider subscribing. Thank you.